This is Morten from INKISH. It's been quite a busy day with a lot of nice talks with a lot of different people. And here we end on an early morning in San Diego with Kris from HP. Kris, welcome to INKISH.
Thank you. Thank you, Morten. Thank you for having me.
I always like to talk to people that works in the industry because, I mean, the perspective of what we do is so vast. I mean, if you look at, we always go back to Gutenberg as like the one that founded everything, but he is actually old school today. Today is much faster, much better, and much prettier, but it started somewhere. And how did you get into this crazy industry yourself?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, for one, I've been in the industry for quite some time, so that was way back. And I think I started out as a computer science engineer and felt like I needed people in my life. And so then I went for the MBA type route, and HP was a fantastic company, and really I just fell into it, I guess, from there.
And I take that when you work in a company like HP, there's so many different routes you can take. I mean, it could be with computers, but it can be engineering paths, it can be marketing paths, it can be so many. I mean, it must be great working in a company where you have so many options. Now, I take there's a lot of options.
Yes, really. I couldn't say enough good things about HP, frankly.
No.
$50 billion business, but so many big business units, and then we build right down to our own business unit. And having, I find that having experience in the field or tenure in the field per se, you really just know color off the top of your hand. You just know things that just, paper, I understand print, I understand, the whole, whether it's software or hardware. Anyway, I love the marketing side of HP at this point.
Yeah. Actually, I think when I spoke to one of your colleagues / competitors just a moment ago, one of the things I spoke about was actually the fact that you are among the companies where I really treasure HP, because you are a company that, together with very few companies, of course you market your products and your services, but you also do something beyond. You kind of encourage young people. You kind of build societies like the D-Scoop. You build also, and when you go to any of the HP booths, you see applications that is just like educating the entire business way beyond just HP. Is that something, some of the things that you work with, or what is your role in HP?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm out of the global business unit, so I'm a global business and strategic marketing master, current title. And I'm in the PageWide.
So long business card.
I know, right? Strategic marketing has that. And I would say about HP, we focus on sustainability a lot, and it is in our core. And you'll see it in how Enrique chooses to fund all sorts of activities for the world. So people, planet, community. We have, we're helping a health organization just this weekend clean up their park. So it just comes down to little things that we can help with, up to, I think Enrique funded like $80 million for the WWF.
Really? Whoa, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I take that, that kind of, if you look at it from like a CSR perspective, that means also that you become more attractive for young people because they want to work for companies that have these kind of responsibilities to the societies, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have to encourage our youth of today because they are our future.
Yeah. Kris, I was thinking, let's get back to a little bit on track. I got carried away, sorry. I was just thinking that when I look at HP, it's like typically being seen more like the Indigos were Israel and PageWide was San Diego. But with the new strategy of thinking of more like an industrial print, it seems that HP is really keen on, I wouldn't say merging because you have a lot of customers that have both technologies, but it seems that you will be focusing even more on the communication of both the two kinds of things. Yeah. How is that?
Oh, I would say, isn't it great? I would say it back to you. Isn't it great?
Yes, I will say it's great.
yeah, for everybody. So we focus on industrial print at this point in time, which is Indigo and PageWide solutions together, and internally we call it Better Together. And it's because those high volume customers that are using cut sheet solutions today, top of the line, right? They're really something that we can offer advantages to when we hit the PageWide arena. So,
and following up on that, if you look at some of the new technologies that you brought to market in 22, you have the Advantage 2200.
Yeah.
you have the V12, you have the 100K. It seems that and of course all the other products, but I'm just mentioning these three because I think it's a brilliant example of the industrial thinking of print, because you cover the label segment in a very high volume, very high professional quality machine. The 100K is, if you look at it, it seems like a machine that is capable of competing even in a toner space, one-on-one with some of the offset machines. And then you look at the volume base that you do also with the brilliant ink on the 2200. It seems that you are covering a wide range of applications from the physical application to the business application. Is that some of the things that you will also be focusing on Hunkeler Innovation Days, or will you be focusing more on the PageWide technology there?
Great question, and great walk. Yeah, that's terrific. So yes, I would say the tipping point has arrived, right? So really, truly what we offer in terms of digital value proposition, no matter what the right product is for customers, we're just seeing a ton of pages from offset drive to digital, and how each one of these solutions can offer so much more for our customers. So at Hunkeler Innovation Days, super excited to be there. Thank you, Hunkeler and team. We are bringing the Advantage 2200. We're bringing a unique configuration of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a little special sauce in there as we embrace the high energy and the high energy costs, and anyway. So we have
because I'm sorry to interrupt you, because I think that one of the things that I find really interesting about the 2200 is that the 3-dryer configuration basically means you can configure it to the applications you need. So when you talk about the high energy, I take that is because if you really want the brilliant ink and use it on coated stocks and make it like transforming from offset to digital, you of course have to take the energy consumption into consideration. So that is what you're going to talk about, or?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. And when you pull dryers out, it just becomes more efficient. You have a smaller footprint. Let's see, we don't need a chiller if we take out our chiller unit. So we're pretty excited about bringing the Advantage. We've got some new, really cool things to share about speed and quality. So the best thing on the market, even got better in my mind. We're also focused on automation, workflow and automation. We've got some really cool announcements to make around just making it what we call green button, but it just makes it easy when you print ultra short run books and general commercial.
Is that around both SiteFlow and Print OS, or can you be more specific about what it is about? Or?
There is some of that involved, yes, for sure. I'll tell you the middle part of the name, and it's called WorkCell.
Okay.
Yep. So there you go. You got 2 little spoilers.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. I look forward to see that in real life. And as you know, we are going to make a walkthrough of the HP equipment already Sunday. So before the show starts, we will be filming and preparing for the wider audience, both the people that attend the show, but also the people that cannot attend the show, for online delivery. So that will be exciting to see. Perfect. So when you talk about Hunkeler Innovation Day, before we turned on the camera, you said, I think it was before we turned on the camera, was that it was an important show because we spoke about how it's a really dense audience, because we have expectation of 6,500 people attending, but these are people that are interested in your technology, like majority of them, right? Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. And so this is our first time really showing to the general public the Advantage 2200. And it is a rock solid engine. It is, and with the HP Brilliant Ink, it's spectacular with how it's all come together. So we're excited to really showcase that to our European friends.
Is it the first time it's being shown? Because I saw it at Printing United, but it's the first time in Europe.
Yeah, we had a customer event, but this is the real time for just general public. So 6,000 people would be terrific to march through our booth and share with them what we have. I'm just looking down, like I have samples today of different things we're going to run, and so we have a bunch of booklets and books for sure, right, as we go and we work with the vendors there on the floor. Hunkeler's got a number of bindery solutions.
So I take you have been busy preparing some nice samples. I saw a mountain there. Is it a Swiss mountain or is it an American mountain?
For sure it's kind of
you don't know, right? I don't know. It's maybe a little bit out of context, but I couldn't help thinking about it. Do you know the big error they did with the Canadian dollar?
What?
They printed, I think it was a $50 bill, and they printed a whole printer of them, and then they realized it was not the Canadian marvel, so basically they had to reprint all of them. So hopefully it's a Swiss mountain that you're going to show that. Nevertheless, it will be great anyway. So
oh, now you got, and it's the right climate.
Fantastic. When you go to a trade show, can we call it a trade show? It is a trade show, but it's more like an event kind of thing. I don't know what to call it actually, but I was just thinking that when you prepare for showing new technology to the audience coming, is it speed? Is it technology? Is it print samples? Is it the workflow? Is it the people around HP that is what do you think? What do you think is the most important thing for people attending?
Oh, that's a great question. I think that so many people just want to see and speak with people live these days still. That there's a lot of just networking and collaboration that's going to happen. As we look at the environment and we look at how do we reduce labor, how do we reduce costs and take costs out and talk about job estimating and all the just really tangible solutions, we're going to have all of that in the booth as well. So I think that'll have some value for sure. What does HP do? I think HP has a number of great, fabulous solutions. And so I think it'll just be a fun time.
I totally agree. Totally agree with you. So I was just like trying to, because I think that when I look at HP also during the pandemic, you stepped up fast to have like online presence and demos in a really high quality. You have some fabulous demo facilities around the world. And I was just thinking that when you come to a trade show like this, you could have brought all of them to Barcelona or to anywhere else and then basically show end-to-end solutions. So I was just like, because Hunkeler has kind of been able to develop a platform that seems to be the must-attend place, right?
Yeah, they really have. There's a big trade show, of course, in the United States in the fall, and that really is the biggest trade show / event / customer, right, whatever you want to call it, networking, in Europe. So we're pretty excited to be there. We're pretty excited that Hunkeler has doubled down and really made this happen.
Fantastic. And if you look at from a visitor perspective, I guess they can see the as you said, the Advantage 2200. And did you have other equipment as well, or is that what you're showing or focusing on?
Oh, good question. That's pretty much all that fits in the booth. It has one side. On the other side, we have a bunch of videos and room for people to come in, and then we show our whole portfolio in the back, and have tables, hospitality tables, just to have conversations about no matter where you are in your print cycle and the volumes you create, and there's all sorts of dynamics that go into which might be the best solution for customers, but we have all the right tools to have those conversations. But anyway, so yes, to answer your question, there's not room for a big binder or a big cut stack or something more than we
there's plenty of binders on the other side of the aisle anyway, right? So they can just go and see it there, right?
Yeah.
And when you have these hospitality zones or locations where you can sit down, I take that as you say, the person-to-person kind of thing is also talk. One thing is of course seeing the equipment at work, but it's also talking about the business opportunities, because we're talking about a huge digital transformation that takes place these days. I hope all your people are well prepared, because I think that will be interesting discussions to be leading, right?
Yes, thank you for saying that. Actually, I probably should have led with that too, but yes, it's here. The digital transformation is here. The tipping point has arrived. We have customers that are shutting off offset presses because the heat takes, or just their dryers take so much energy, and they're replacing with digital, and you've got multiple that are being shut off for one web press, say. There's a lot we can do to help customers with their profitability and their flexibility. Actually, we're going to get more customers, more advantaged 2200 customers with their installations.
I was actually visiting SG360 in Chicago the day after you announced it, and I was so jealous that I was in another site. I wanted to see it in live, and then I saw it at Printing United in Vegas, and now I will get even more opportunity to see this. Has the market been? maybe a stupid question, but has the market been has the product been well received?
Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so our target was, we have a lot of inkjet WordPress platforms in the market today, but we really wanted to track that high volume, high coverage, thick stock capability so that you could just enhance whatever you print today. And so the Advantage 2200, it solves that need at high speed, with really good quality coming off our Titch print heads.
I was actually doing a film for HP last week in Durban in South Africa. And that was for a new 250 customer with a Brilliant Ink. And I was a little bit, I wouldn't say I was surprised, but I was a little bit like, okay, you have the T250 platform that is still a very capable platform, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you have the 2200, which is like beyond, but a lot of the technology is still kind of utilized in a different configuration. I don't know how to say it in proper English, but I hope you understand me. And I was just thinking that, is there is it application driven, or is it what drives the difference? Because I mean, if to be honest, I don't have to look at the checkbook. I just say that if I should look at it, I would just buy the 2200 because it's new and nicer looking machine and things like that. But where is the split if you look at it from a let's say a customer is going to speculate about which investment is better for him or her?
Well, first I would add T250, Advantage 2200, and we even have the T485. And so as we talk,
with the Brilliant Ink, all of the three of them.
Yeah. So as we talk application and volume, you'll find a lot of large book customers in particular really going with that 40-inch width and just the ton of volume that it can achieve in minutes, hours, days. And so then for the Advantage 2200, it takes what we have on the T250 and just enhances the drying capacity. And then we are backporting all sorts of the technology that we have on the Advantage platform back to the T250. That's what we were announcing at Printing United. And so really our customers have the best of both worlds based on whichever platform they currently have. Just one has additional drying. So.
Okay, so basically with the Advantage 22 on both with the smaller footprint, but also these enhanced drying capabilities, do HP see that as opening up also new markets? So it's not just a replacement market, but also opening up for totally new customers with other types of applications?
Yeah, and it just gives them the ability to say yes, by the way. I mean, they no longer do they need to outsource any of their content. It's from that really thin, we've been printing pharmaceutical inserts here lately, all the way up to these, we've got 12-point, 14-point postcards on Westrock Tanga that we've been printing. Right, it just matters. And it gives not only the flexibility and that turnaround time, but it just gives them the ability to say, all of our customers, the ability just to say, no problem, it's done. And let them embrace their clients and continue to offer to their clients their relationship and the services that they do.
Fantastic. When people get to Lucerne and meet HP at Innovation Days, is it just walking up to your booth, or do you have to schedule meetings, or how does it work in reality?
Oh, thank you for that question. Well, when you first enter the whole show floor, you will walk right into the HP booth. So come visit us.
So you just come in and say, "Hey, I'm from this. I come from Denmark, and I want to buy 3 of these machines." That's okay with you?
That's okay with us. Yeah. And of course, we have plans to run the press. I think at 10 o'clock and at 2 o'clock. I think we're going to run 2 rolls in the morning, 2 rolls in the afternoon. And if somebody wants more of a private type demo, we have that slotted in. So if you have an HP sales executive, call them and get on the calendar for sure.
Last question. Great talking to you, by the way. But great question I have here is, I think that Hunkeler is almost becoming like a global event. Are you familiar? Is there a lot of people coming in from both Asia and America? I mean, obviously from Europe, but do you know whether customers also from America is attending?
I don't know what the latest number is, but I think that there's going to be at least probably 100 of really important customers who really know this space and are looking to buy and are looking to enhance their growth and grow their business. Even in these economic times that are just a little quirky for all of us. Wow, we've just found that inkjet helps with their profitability and their flexibility. So I do think that, yes, we're going to see folks from Americas, North and South, for sure, Asia. And it's going to be great, right? I think we're also just all excited to get out and to see and touch and feel and be like, and dream.
Yeah, of course. And have you been at Hunkeler Innovation Days yourself before?
I have, several times. It's a really
So you know the nice climate of Lucerne. Even it's a little bit cold for you, of course, but do you know how the European and the mountains and things are? So that is not a big surprise for you.
Right. No, Swiss Alps are beautiful. We just went skiing in Montana. I'm looking forward to seeing the differences, and I wish I had a day to go skiing, but we'll see.
Maybe you can squeeze it in afterwards. Who knows, right? But Kris, I hope we covered a little bit about what people can expect visiting HP at Hunkeler Innovation Days. I want to thank you a lot for your time here, and we had to squeeze it a little bit because of the time zone difference, right? But I think we managed it good anyway, right?
We did. Thank you so much. Thanks for your flexibility. Thank you for having me on behalf of HP. It was terrific talking with you, Morten.
I think it was fun. So enjoy yourself and have a safe trip to Europe, and I look forward to meet you in person.
Okay, thank you.